Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Where's my camera? Oh my god, here we go. We're crazy right now. We're crazy. Hey everybody, how's it going? Just bear with me. I just set this up really quick. Don't even have a video topic really. Don't have a video. I'm on my way. What's up, Ben? Animal Crossing fan? Not a big fan of Animal Crossing. To be fair, I never really played them all that much. To be aware. Gotta skip these ads. Okay, so what's up, guys? As you can tell, there is no real topic. News has been super slow lately, guys. Super slow. Last night I didn't live stream at all because, again, there was no topic. So I actually played a little bit of Zelda, played a little retro game, and did a live stream on there. And I did 2 videos today. Both hit over 1,000. Problem is, the Miss Monopoly video got demonetized instantly. As soon as I uploaded it, it got demonetized. It's like, I can't. Sometimes I like to talk about controversial stuff, like whether it be like the Miss Monopoly or, the bathwater video or something like that. And every time YouTube just completely demonetized those videos. And then later on, I seen the GameStop news. And I did a video on the GameStop video, or, I did on the topic. And I was actually surprised that has 1,300 views. I was really surprised on that. A lot of people were like, Rob, man, we like when you talk about games and stuff. But they don't get views, guys. They don't. People always tell me, like, yeah, we like when you talk about video games and whatnot. And do more videos of that. But the problem is every time I do a video game video, they don't do well. People don't really watch them. So Kevin Smith weighed in on Sony Spider-Man debacle. Didn't expect him to stay quiet. I have no idea what Kevin Smith said. I will check it out though. What's up, Bruce? I will check out and see what Kevin Smith did. I was actually editing the Joker video because they asked Todd Phillips if it was gonna cross over with Robert Pattinson's Batman. So I did a video on that, and I was halfway editing, and then a friend of mine came over, Dion, and I actually asked him if he wanted to live stream. I was like, hey man, you want to play Zelda? We can live stream together. It might help out your channel and whatnot. But he didn't want to live stream, which is fine. But I figured I would do a little mini live stream afterwards. So he just left, and it was awesome having him over. I've been so bored at the house by myself lately. Autumn's out with her boyfriend, and I've just been, by myself, for my 2 days, and just kind of boring. So to have him come over was really awesome. My other friend, I keep trying to come over. He just never comes over. I don't know what the deal is. So I'm always here by myself. So having Dion come over was great. So I appreciate that. If he's watching, I just want to say thank you so much, man. It actually means a lot to me. So thank you. It got my mind off things for a few hours. So I appreciate that. Even though we didn't play anything, we played a little bit of Dragon Ball FighterZ, but we were mostly just shooting the shit, which was fun. So usually that's the best sort of thing. So just shooting the shit. I had 1 beer today and I stopped. I drank so much yesterday. I bought a 24-pack and I drank half of it last night playing Zelda. And I woke up and I was just dizzy all day. I think it was just a hangover. So I've been drinking a lot of water. I got water everywhere and some tea. So the dizziness went away. So I feel a little bit better. Matt had to work today. I messaged him. I'm like, hey, but the problem with having Matt come over is I got to go pick him up and bring him home. And he lives like 40 minutes. So it's like an hour and a half round trip if I wanted to get him, where Dion just drives over, which was so much fun. Or easier for me, but I kind of wanted to have a retro game night, with my friends, but it just seems like that's never going to happen. Gotta pace yourself, Rob. I don't know what my pace myself. Haven't seen a Kevin Smith thing yet either. What was wrong with Miss Monopoly with video? I don't know, but YouTube demonetized it. Now, what Bitcoin or Kim Kardashian? I don't even know what the fuck a Bitcoin is. But I appealed it, so we'll see if it gets demonetized or remonetized. What the fuck was that sound? Maybe somebody's gonna break in and fucking blow my brains out. At this point, what difference does it make? I don't drink root beer. I drink beer, man. I don't drink soda. I drink beer. I drink alcohol. But what the fuck was I gonna say? What the the fuck was that? Oh yeah, so the Miss Monopoly video, I don't understand, man. It's like if you do any type of videos with Me Too in the title, SJW, LGBT in the title, like if you put any of that stuff in the title, it automatically gets yellow monetized. And then you have to appeal it once it hits over 1,000. And I actually liked that video. I did that video, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it was funny. Like, I was doing this whole bit with Billy and Sally, and I thought and the bit came natural. Like, I didn't go into the video thinking I was going to talk about, well, I'm going to do this character Billy and this character Sally and this and this and this. And I didn't do that. It was strictly improv, and I liked where it was going, and I was like, man, I was really proud of that afterwards. Like, man, that's a great little sketch comedy that I put in there that came naturally, and it gets demonetized. It's like, wow. Luckily for me, the GameStop video got monetized, but, dude, like, it's bad right now if you're a YouTuber. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I honestly don't. A year ago, I knew what was going on with the channel. I knew I would get up. I knew I would talk about news in the superhero world, and it would get a certain amount of videos. And the problem is, there is no news, right? There's no news, and people aren't watching news. I was looking at a couple other channels, Comic Book Cast being one of the main channels I go for to see what's hitting and what's not hitting, like what's popping, right? If you're doing YouTube videos, you always have a certain selection of people you follow to see what the topics are, what's popping, what's hitting. And I was looking at Comic Book Cast, and his videos are like down too. Like the views are completely down. And I was like, what's going on? What's hitting, man? I don't know what's going on. And so it's real tough right now. I looked at my YouTube pay period ended today, or it ended yesterday. Today, I checked to see how much I was getting paid this month from YouTube. It is half of what I got paid last month. Last month was big. Last month we were still coming over the Endgame coming to Blu-ray and stuff. Also last month, we had Spider-Man Far From Home, and the whole Sony news broke and all that stuff. Last month was big, man. Last month was big. And, I had a great pay period. And this month, way down. Way down. And this is why I can't do YouTube full-time. Because if I were to get this paycheck as this month's pay period, I would be homeless. I would be like, I can't pay the rent this month, so that's unfortunately why I can't do YouTube full time, is because if views are down, how are you gonna pay your bills? You know what I mean? And I said this before, and I don't mean to put pressure on people or whatnot, but I always try to keep real with all you guys, right? Like I always come out and I always try to talk real. And I hope you guys appreciate that, and hope that you're gonna get my raw, unfiltered honesty. Now, like I've always said, I do the live streams because the super chats are the #1 source of my YouTube income. I make between $3 to $4 per video a day, if I'm lucky and it doesn't get demonetized. 3 to 4 videos, because my view count goes down. If I was getting like 8 to 10,000 views a video, I would be making about $10 or $10 to $15 per video. Right now, I'm making between $3 and $4 per video. So super chats are my main source of income. So when you guys send in a super chat with a question and I talk about it in a topic in a live stream, that's you're basically paying. You're helping me out. You're my paycheck for the month. You guys are who's paying me. Just like if you go to a retail store or whatnot, you are the customer to that retail store. You subscribers are really paying me for my content, and it's just been tough. I'm sure I'll figure it out. I'll figure out what's going on. I've been doing YouTube for a long time. Since the beginning of YouTube, I was on YouTube, and it wasn't always on this channel. It was a different channel at the time, and I always tried to figure it out. So right now, I'm not getting subscribers. I'm not getting views. I don't know what it is I'm doing wrong, but I'm going to change a few things around, I hope. What I plan on doing is, if you guys can see, you guys see that green screen right there? Something I'm thinking about doing is taking that green screen down, moving it to the far wall, and then running with a lot of people with agendas these days, not just the MCU. I have no idea what you guys are even talking about. But I'm thinking about moving that, and then I'm going to set up a little game, like a game studio. If that makes sense. A gaming set. So I would take some of my amiibos and some of my stuff, put up a couple shelves or whatnot, and make that a set. And I'm going to do gaming videos every Saturday and Sunday evening. So in the morning time, you will get your daily dose of your normal superhero stuff. And in the evening, I will have a gaming video. Also, hey, what's going on, Ronaldo? How you doing, buddy? And then this will still be the main superhero set. So try better keywords. Dude, I tried you have no idea how many links and keywords and tags I put in the things. The tags, dude, I fill it up until you can't put any more tags. I put so many tags. It's not even funny. And I like Batwoman. Is it out yet? Did Batwoman come out yet? I know Thursday or Saturday morning's video is going to be Titan Season 2 Episode 2 review. So I know that's going to happen. Rob, we playing Halo Infinite when it comes out. Me, you, Lee, and Matt. I don't even know who you are. Who are you? I'm scroll I don't even know who you are. How do you know all my people? Man? Put some ones in title, descriptions, and tags. Dude, I do all that, man. Robert is sadly Libard. I don't even know what that means. I guess I'm a retard. I don't know what that means. Someone is always pushing POV. I don't know what you guys are talking about. But yeah, so I figured I'd get on here, live stream, see what you guys want to talk about. Then I'm probably gonna hit up some Zelda. Oh, dude, D, of course, dude. Why'd you change your tag, man? What was wrong with the War Anarchy tag? Okay, so at least now I know you're D. Okay, so now I know you're D. All right, yes, we're gonna be playing Halo Infinite. I don't know about Lee. Me and Matt definitely. So yeah. Oh, I can't wait for. Dude, I am secretly waiting on back. There we go. Jump back in. Whoa. Oh, don't know what happened with that. I'm gonna have to fix that. And I ain't got nothing to fix it with right now. What happened? Mic troubles. Yeah, the USB cord came unplugged. So hold on a second. Let me try to fix this thing. I'll do this later. I can't do it right now. Everybody's watching. But yeah, I'll put that right there and do that later. I don't know what happened to it. Anyway, it should be fine now. Yeah, the Avengers game does look pretty good. I'm actually looking forward to it. I really am. But yeah, love your channel, bro. Keep it up. Thank you so much, Danny. I appreciate it, dude. It's starting to get pretty repetitive, man. I don't know what's going on. Man, I hate the fact GameStop is shutting down. Me too. I go to GameStop at least once a week. Even if I don't buy anything, I just like going in there and see what's new, what's going on. I have friends that work there. Not close as friends, but I know the people that work there. I like them. I like having conversations with them. I don't want people losing jobs. That's the hardest thing about retail. I tell people, I'm like, everything has an end. No one's on top forever, But I really think GameStop really kind of shot themselves in the foot by getting rid of retro games and stuff, man. You go there now, at one point they were doing cell phone service, So I really wish they would have just stuck to just really making the gaming experience better, and selling retro games in the store. You know, I live around 2 retro gaming stores. One is 5 minutes from my house. One is an hour from my house. I go to both of them quite a bit, and I just like going there and see what they have, and I can pick up a retro game. Sometimes I go into GameStop, you know, and maybe I don't want a modern game. Maybe I want a retro game, you know, and I wish they would have, you know, really cater toward that, you know. Try to put more of an emphasis on game in GameStop and stop trying to be like Hot Topic. I like their statues and stuff, and it's cool. I mean, even I bought a couple statues, and you can have statues. That's all right to have statues, but you know, focus on games, man. Focus on games. Maybe have some gaming statues. Why did you delete the Ninja Kick video? I didn't delete. Well, because you know, it was, you know, horrible image of me. So yeah, that's why. Oh, why I did that? Because it got copyrighted for some reason. I have no idea. I got a copyright claim on that. I have no idea why. Also, please upload the Just League video with Adam. I don't know what you're talking about. I believe me and Adam's Just League review is still up there. Sometimes is rhyme slow. Sometimes I rhyme quick. Well, I'm happy for you and your rhymes. I got picket signs for my wicked rhymes. Look at the time. Yeah, that's a little bit of Eminem. I haven't listened to hip hop in forever. You guys don't even want to know what I fucking listen to. I listen to Taylor Swift. Okay, massive Taylor Swift fan. Have all of her albums. I've been loving her new album. It's been what 2-3 weeks now since her newest album came out, and I am still with Cornelia Street. That is still my favorite song on that album. What was Adam's favorite song? He went from Paper Town or Paper Rings to, let me see, what did he go to? He went from Paper Rings to something. Hold on a second. How's the hangover? It's fine. It was pretty bad earlier. I was pretty dizzy, and I just been chugging water all day, so I'm pretty good now. You being serious, Rob? Big Taylor Swift fan, man. Big Taylor Swift fan. So, which one did he say he liked now? London Boy, I think it was. I think he said London Boy. I don't want to misquote him, but I know he was a big fan of Paper Rings. I'm a massive fan of Cornelia Street. Let me see if I can. Bad Blood was the last album. That was Bad Reputation album or Reputation album. Oh, dude, they play the subtitles on here. What? As if the street lights pointed in an arrowhead, leading us home. And I hope I never lose. The whole internet crashed. They didn't want me to talk do Taylor Swift anymore. The whole fucking internet crashed. The whole fucking internet crashed. I started singing Taylor Swift and the whole thing. No, I can't get copyrighted if I'm singing the song. I want to get copyrighted is if I keep playing the song. So, yeah. But massive fan of this new Taylor Swift album. Cornelia Street is still my favorite song on the album. There's a lot of good songs on it. Not like Reputation was her last album, and I like Reputation, but there was a lot of things I didn't like about that album. Do I like pizza? Have you seen how fat I am? Of course I like pizza. My diet consists of pepperoni and cheese. Yeah, Hershey too. Pizza's good. What the hell is up with the Hershey? What's going on? What the hell's going on? Water. Good for you, I guess, kind of. Speaking of pizza, just saw a commercial for Domino's. It looks really good. I'm not a big fan of Domino's. Do you like rock the Dragon... What? Do you like rock the Dragon Ball Z? What the hell are you talking about? Who will win hand-to-hand fight, Robert Storm or Film Gob? Well, see how Film Gob never showed his face as far as I know. But I don't fight. I'm a lover, not a fighter. I mean, I'll throw down if I have to, but I don't believe violence is the way. Violence is not the way, young Padawans. Well, since I have no topics to talk about, I guess I'll go ahead and end the stream. Nobody seems to have any questions they want to ask. They'd rather talk about pizza toppings for some reason. But yeah, I mean, I figured I'd go on here and people would have questions to ask or talk about, but no, people just want to talk about pizza and Hershey's, I guess. But you know, that seems to be the thing, yeah. So, unfortunately, that's the sad thing of it. I figured I would try, see if there was something you guys wanted to talk about, but I guess not. I didn't forget your question. I don't even know what your question was. How can I forget something I didn't know what it was? The Battle of Big Rock. I don't even know what the fuck that is. I'm not going back. Re-ask it. Someone throw Rob a super chat. Somebody, for love of God, throw Rob a super chat. No, super chat. So he is bailing. No super chat. No, I'm not bailing. No one's asking any questions. I've been reading all the comments. None of the comments have been super chats, and I've been reading every one of them, so you can't say that. But no one's asking legit questions. People are just sitting there. People are asking me about pizza toppings. That's why I'm bailing. No one's asking no serious topics. I need something to talk about. What up, Danny Graham? Danny Graham coming in with the actual Danny Graham, not the comic chat thing. Do you like One Punch Man? That's not even a topic, man. Well, I wouldn't say Phase 4 is super SJW at all. I won't. You know, I'm one of the ones that kind of been on the train where I'm like, okay, I'm tired of, okay, this is starting to get SJW. I'm starting to get a little tired of it. I don't think Marvel Phase 4 is getting that way at all. To me, I think Marvel's kind of doing it the legit way. You know, you look at the first couple phases of the MCU, it was all led by white dudes. And now, you know, Kevin Feige's like, look, we're going to go in and we're going to give some diversity, you know? We're going to give more female people like, you know, Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, you know, the Wasp, Captain Marvel, all these people. We're going to get more African-American characters like, well, T'Challa's not African-American, he's just African. And, you know, Blade and all that. You know, we're going to get some colors and representation and whatnot. And I think that's good, man. That's good. Everybody has a right to be a part of the club. You know, and you look at you look strictly at Phase 1 and Phase 2, and it was all strictly white dudes. There's no reason whatsoever that Black Widow shouldn't have been in Phase 3. Black Widow should have been a Phase 3 film. Now it's being done after she already died. So, you know, a lot of people are kind of like, well, this is like a throwaway movie, and yes, it kind of is. You're gonna go see it because you like Scarlett Johansson and you like Black Widow's character, but it is a kind of throwaway character or movie. You know, they should have done it before. Now they're doing it because now there's more pushback on. Well, we want more female representation. I am all for representation in the MCU. I don't want it to be forced. I love Star Wars. It is no doubt in my mind that Kathleen Kennedy went in with an agenda. No doubt in my mind that she had an agenda. It was really clear. Well, we'll see. George Lucas always had the Rey character in his script for Episode 7, but her name was Kira instead of Rey. They changed her name. That's fine. But with her running around with shirts going, the Force is female and all this stuff, and then you look at The Force Awakens led by a female. You look at Rogue One, led by a female. Both films I absolutely love. But it's very clear that Kathleen Kennedy went in with a mindset, with a goal. You see, this is what I'm talking about. You give me a great topic, I can go off and talk about this topic for a while. He didn't use a super chat, so I'm not bailing because of super chats. I would love super chats, but you got to give me a good topic. Don't sit there and ask me about pizza toppings. But I think that's what a lot of the fan complaints have been, was the fact that it felt like Kathleen Kennedy was going in with a clear goal and agenda. And you look at Solo. Yes, Solo is very much about Han Solo, but Kira is pretty much like almost the main character as well, and she's pretty much the smart person. So they're really trying to enforce this female thing in Star Wars, where I just wish it'd be natural. You go back, you look at A New Hope, Princess Leia outshowed Han and Luke. And it was never forced in there. It was never like, look at me, I'm the best because I'm female. No, George Lucas wrote a strong female princess character, and Carrie Fisher was able to pull that off. It wasn't something that was forced. It's just the way I see it personally. The way I see it is the fact that I just think this SJW stuff is starting to get a little out of hand. The one thing, if you say boycott episode 9, I will go ahead and I will block you from this comment section. You don't have to like the movie. You don't even have to go see the movie. But you will not use hashtag boycott episode 9 in my chat, because it is disrespectful to me. It is disrespectful for other people that are looking forward to Star Wars. So I'm going to give you a chance, and I'm not going to do it. But if you go ahead and do it again, I will go ahead and respectfully ban you from the comment section. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for retracting it. I appreciate that. I'm trying to, we can have an honest discussion about it. Be respectful, one another. If you have problems with Star Wars, by all means, write in the comments what your problems are, and we can discuss it. We can. Comic Chat comes in with a super chat. First super chat of the day. Woo! I'm not going to take my shirt off. Pepsi's just chilling, guys. Look at Pepsi. You guys, Pepsi's just chilling. Hey. Pepsi's just chill. Whoa. So what direction should Star Wars go in after episode 9? Well, it's clear in my opinion that they're doing Old Republic. You got Benioff and Wise, who does Game of Thrones. They're coming in and they're gonna produce a trilogy. And it's assumed, with their track record anyway, that they're gonna go back and do Old Republic stuff. I'm hoping they're going to go back like hundreds of years, thousands of years. Now, I'm going to say something that's controversial, and I'm completely fine being controversial on this channel, and I don't care. Like I said, people don't have to agree. We don't have to agree. Best thing about, conversation, debate is we don't have to agree. I wish we can just have a conversation. I really need to do like a thing where people call in. I really want to do that. But I think episode 8, The Last Jedi, is technically the best, well put together Star Wars film we've ever had. My opinion. And the reason why I think people dislike it so much, yes, Comic Chat does do videos. You guys can go ahead and click on his channel and subscribe to his channel. What I think the hate it comes from is, I also agree with, I don't even know what he's talking about. But what I also think that the reason why people hate Last Jedi is because Rian Johnson did things different with characters that people love. And I think if Rian Johnson would do all right, okay, sorry, Waper, whatever you are, I'm blocking you. Sorry, my friend. Peace. Have fun somewhere else. But if Rian Johnson would have done a Star Wars movie and didn't have legacy characters, I believe people would like it a lot more, because the movie's really good, and people just didn't like the way Luke was portrayed and certain things, and the Force ghost, the Force hologram and stuff. People didn't like that. I don't have a problem with it. I think Luke was better in The Last Jedi than he was ever in the original trilogy. Because in the original trilogy, he was just this farm boy who wanted adventure, and he, redeemed his father, and he was so goody-goody, and all he did was whine in A New Hope. People blame Anakin for whining so much in Attack of the Clones. Go back and watch New Hope. Fucking Luke whines like a little fucking bitch. I want to go Toshi Station and pick up the power converters. Oh, man, I'm never going to get out of here. It's only one more season, Luke, but it's a whole nother season. Like, he was such a whiny little bitch, And I think, like people have nostalgia for Luke's character, but he was never like this great, deep. He was very one-dimensional. Comic Chat comes in. I read a lot of the Sith novels. I want more Sith. So do I. I want more Sith. I hope fucking Benioff for Wide does more Sith. But also, just to finish off the Luke Skywalker thing, he was very one-dimensional. He was the goody-goody, like, oh, I see the good in him. Like, he fucking tortured your sister, but I see the fucking good in him, blah, 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 And he had the great line, like, you failed, Your Highness. I'm a Jedi Knight, like my father before me. Like, he had some great moments. But what I liked about Rian Johnson was when he wrote the script for Episode 2, he had the list of characters. And his job was to challenge these characters. What is the worst possible thing that each of these characters can go through, and how could they prevail? And let's not forget, J.J. Abrams is the one that put Luke on that fucking hill. And it was up to Rian Johnson to figure out, why is he on this hill? What is he doing? And people are like, well, how can he sit there and try to redeem his father, but yet think Kylo is completely unredeemable? It wasn't that. It wasn't that. It was the fact that, Luke sensed that Kylo was going to the dark side, and he was afraid. He just got done dealing with this with his father, and now he's seen his nephew, who's so powerful, starting to do the same thing. And Luke just, for a second, turned his lightsaber on and was going to do it. And then he quickly came to his senses and didn't do it. But by that time, the damage was already done. Kylo saw that and turned on him. And Luke was so ashamed by the thought of killing his own, nephew, that he banished himself onto the island. And he read the scriptures, and what he said to Rey was great. It's like, you feel the Force, you feel the living, you feel this, you feel that. To say that the Force, that Force belongs to the Jedi is ludicrous. He doesn't say ludicrous. He says, what the hell does he say? To say it belongs to the Jedi is, he says something. I forgot what he says. And then when he started giving the lessons, he tells Rey, he's like, it's the Jedi who was involved with the creation of Darth Vader and the fall of the own Republic, the rise of Darth Sidious. And to me, Luke is a character that finally has character development. He finally has, he has conflict in himself. And it wasn't until the greatest, this is probably one of my top 5 favorite moments in Star Wars history, is when Yoda confronts him, and Luke's like, I was unwise, I failed. And Yoda's like, you have not learned nothing. You haven't learned nothing. You still look at the fucking sky. You're still looking for the adventures. Jedi do not crave any of these things. You have to realize that failure is the greatest lesson of all. Failure is what teaches us. And at that moment, that's when Luke was like, yes. And he doesn't have a way to get off the island, so he uses the most powerful Force, something that Jedi have not done, but it was written in Jedi books. But he was able to generate more Force strength than any other Jedi in history and project himself across the galaxy to confront Kylo Ren just long enough to let the Resistance escape out the back. People completely bash The Last Jedi, but I think they're looking at it at a very one-dimensional way of looking at it. They're not looking at it at, what's the story under the story? What's the story under the story? Luke was better written, better acted than any other form of Luke Skywalker in the movies. Go back and walk it. Oh, we're going to Toshi Station, get some power converters. Come on, man. Seriously, I don't even know how I went on this little rant, but yeah. So, but going back to Comic Chat's Super Chat, though, I read a lot of Sith novels. I want more Sith. I want more Sith, too, man. I am a massive fan of the Sith. And that has been one of my biggest gripes with the new trilogy is they haven't built the Sith up. You know, it's like, oh, we're getting rid of the Sith. We got the Knights of Ren that we haven't seen until episode 9, and I feel like the Knights of Ren are going to be completely just taken out. I think Kylo's going to go in, just wang, wang, body slam a bitch, and it just spilled water all over the place. And that's pretty much going to be the Knights of Ren. But, yeah, so I want to see more Sith. I'm hoping Benioff and Wise really goes back to the Old Republic, and we see the Sith army versus the Jedi army. I want to see that. I want to see Sith versus Jedi army. Rumor is Rian Johnson's trilogy is going to take place after Episode 9, but it's not going to have any characters that we know. It's going to be their own separate characters. We don't even know if it's going to have the Force in it or whatnot, but I do want to see more Sith, man. I'm a big fan of Sith. I love all the one thing I really like about the animated shows, whether it be Clone Wars or Rebels, was we got like a lot of the Sith presence, right? We got Dooku, who was just awesome in the Clone Wars, Asajj Ventress, Darth Maul, Emperor Palpatine, Savaz, or what was his name? Savaz Opress. He was in it. And then in Rebels, they introduced the Inquisitors, Vader's Inquisitors, who I also really, really liked. So I'm hoping we get more of that. I want to see more dark users. I want to see an army versus an army of Jedi. That's actually what I want to see. But yeah, I just man. I'm starting to get more excited for Star Wars as we're getting into the fall winter, because I know we got Mandalorian coming out, episode 9. I just finished a book called Black Spire. Oh my God, it was so good. It's probably my favorite Star Wars book in the past maybe year and a half. I like the Thrawn trilogy, but to me, I thought the first Thrawn novel was better than the last 2 Thrawn novels. I did not like Alphabet Squadron at all. And last year, I can't really remember too many of the books that I've read, but Black Spire was awesome. It was a sequel to the Phasma novel. It just didn't have Phasma in it, and it's about Vi Morani going to Galaxy's Edge, Black Spire, to try to create a resistance outpost. And I haven't been to Galaxy's Edge yet, but apparently there's a character, like an actor out there dressed like Vi Morani, and I want to see her. I got questions to ask her. I'm like, hey, so how do you feel about Captain Cardinal? And like Captain Cardinal comes back in that novel, and it's so good. It's such a great novel, and oh my God, I'm gonna read it again. That's how good it is. I don't go back and read a lot of Star Wars books over again, but I really, really enjoyed that one. I think the last book I liked was probably Last Shot, which was about Lando and Han. I like that one too, but it's been a few books since I got into one I really, really enjoyed. The Alphabet Squadron, man, that was a huge letdown. I don't hate Solo. I just have a dislike for it. I watch it, I'm like, okay, but I go back and I rewatch Star Wars movies like it's nothing. I always go back and rewatch Star Wars movies. It's just something I like doing. It calms me. Massive fan of Star Wars. Solo, every time I put it on, I fall asleep within the first 20 minutes. I don't like the actor who plays him. I think the actor's fine. I just don't see Han in him. Lando pretty much steals the show, and I think the movie is very predictable, and I find it kind of boring. If you have Netflix and you haven't seen it, then yeah, I recommend watching it. If anything, just to see Lando. Lando is amazing. But then you're going to get into the whole droid SJW thing, and oh my God, it's awful. It's not a bad movie, just it has bad parts in it, and to me it just feels like a mediocre Star Wars film. And usually Star Wars films aren't mediocre. I don't know why I'm sitting like I got this fucking giant hunchback. I'm like, ugh. But yeah. Someone asked me what's my favorite Sith. I'm a big fan of Asajj Ventress. I'm a big fan of Asajj. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Asajj Ventress, even though I don't know if she was ever actually fully a Sith or not. But I'm gonna go with Asajj. I think Dooku is very fascinating. especially if you read Master and Apprentice. And how about the actress who played Kira? What about her? What about what was her name? Oh my god, what's her name? Chick from Game of Thrones. I forgot her name. Oh my god, I forgot her name. I'm completely blanking out. She's okay too. Her and Han or her and Lando is what sells that movie. It really does. The movie's about Han, and I don't care about Han. I literally don't. It just doesn't even feel like Han. I like Chewie in the movie too. Chewie's really good too, but they completely skip over the whole life debt thing with Amelia Clark. Yes, thank you, appreciate that. Damn, you love women heroes and the villains, dude. I love female characters, man. I do. No matter what video game I play, I always play as the female character. I'm more directed toward female characters in comic books. Just I find them sexy. I don't know what to say. They're appealing. It's just how I feel. That might be the reason why I'm such a fan of the Rey character. I probably like Rey a lot more than most people would. But is she the best Star Wars character? Absolutely not. She has done nothing to benefit this trilogy. I remember when Collider was doing their top 10 Star Wars characters and Rey was in the top 10. I'm like, what did Rey do to help out anybody in Star Wars? Because they're like, oh, this is not a popularity contest. These characters had to do stuff. R2 was in the fucking honorable mentions, yet we would not have nothing without R2. If R2 didn't save the Naboo cruiser at the beginning of A New Hope or Phantom Menace, Queen Amidala would have been dead. Obi-Wan would have been dead. Qui-Gon would have been dead. They never would have found Anakin. Anakin never would have became Darth Vader. We would never had a Star Wars saga. But R2's in the honorable mention. Rey, what has she done? She didn't blow up Starkiller Base. It was Han and Chewie that set the detonators. And then Poe went in, shot all the things, and blew it up. So she didn't save anything. In episode 7, she got saved. Nobody saved her. In episode 8, she didn't do anything. She moved a couple rocks and saved a few people. But it was Luke that came and really distracted the First Order while everybody tried to escape. So why is Rey in the top 10, but R2 is in the honorable mentions? Like, and like Sabine and Ahsoka were like in the far back of the top 10, and they have done way more for the Star Wars universe than Rey. Rey has, let's be real, guys. I love Rey, but she has done absolutely nothing in the Star Wars universe. Nothing. Tell me one thing that she did to benefit anybody. She had one job. Go bring Luke Skywalker back. And she failed to do that. Then she's like, I'm going to bring Kylo back to the good side. Because we can bring Kylo back. It will change the weight of the war. We would have a chance. She failed to do that. So, what did Rey do again? Exactly. I mean, really? Just saying. Just saying. To be honest with you, like, Han, Chewie, and Poe are the only ones that did anything in this new trilogy. And one of them's dead. So, yeah. But, yeah, I lean more toward female characters. I like female characters. But, yeah, I gotta tell you, man. Rey is not in the top 10. Sorry to say it. Sorry to say it. Jen Erso. I don't even think Jen Erso was in the top 10. Jen Erso did more than anybody, pretty much. Well, besides R2. Like, Jen Erso got the fucking Death Star plans. But I didn't see Jen Erso or Cassian Andor in there. Number 1, Vader. Number 2, Maul, Palpatine, Bane, Dooku. Well, when Disney took over, they kind of got rid of a lot of the Bane canon. Bane is still canon, but we don't know what his true backstory is. Dude, the Finn killing Phasma pissed me off, man. Pissed me off. Because if you read the Phasma novel, there is no way any shit talking must be in the form of a super chat. I will show that. What the fuck was I talking about now? You gonna fuck me up, Two Gun. But a lot of Bane's canon got erased. He's still a canon character, but a lot of his stuff has been erased. If I'm gonna do my top 5 Sith characters, I would do Vader number 1, Palpatine number 2. Now this is ranked on how important I think they are, not about my personal love for them. So it would be Vader number 1, Palpatine number 2, Dooku number 3, Saz Ventress number 4, and Darth Maul number 5. That is my Sith ranking. Thank you guys for coming out. I appreciate it. Each love, yeah. Me too. I read that Phasma. Kylo Ren? Did you read Phasma? Did you read the Phasma novel? Mr. Ren, did you read the Phasma novel? He's like, I bet you are. I'm sorry, Ben. I failed you. I'm sorry. I bet you are. I like the part where he's like, no, you're still holding on. Let go. Fucking Adam Driver's boss, man. Like, Kylo Ren is hands down the best character in the new trilogy. You're still holding on. Let go. I'm waiting for Kylo. Come on, Kylo, hit me. Yes, I did. Okay, so you read. All right, so me and you are gonna talk a little bit, man. I wish there was a way I could connect you. Do you have Discord or something where you can come in and join the chat? We can have a little book time with Robert Storms. Yo, I finally got to join the live stream. Trust me, you're not gonna be too happy once you actually see what I talk about. Let me see if I have Discord or what the. Do you have Google Hangouts? If you have Google Hangouts, I'm going to have you call in. I'm going to have you call into the channel. We're going to talk about a little bit of, whatever. Hey, Joker does really well in the box office. What other Batman villains could you see in the solo film? I hope none of them. I hope this ain't a bad, trend we're going to get. I was actually thinking about that today. If they do a fucking Penguin movie, I'm out, guys. I'm out. Well, Vader was always a badass, especially if you read the books and comics, so I really like the Phasma novel. The Phasma novel is really good. It's like this Mad Max Fury Road style thing, and in it, there's this character called Captain Cardinal, who eventually, Phasma, turned, like, him and Cardinal gets into this huge fight, and Phasma kills Cardinal, or at least we think he dies, and what the hell are you guys talking about? And we think he dies. Is he still alive? Is this still alive? Yes, this is still alive. I'm still here. I'm talking to you. Right talking to you, Warren. I guess Kylo Ren dipped on me, man. He didn't answer my question. I was like, oh, I want to talk to you about the book. He's like, fuck, he's going to ask me questions about it. He's like, I'm not going to answer no more. It's a good novel. I enjoyed it a lot. And Black Spire is a sequel to that novel, and it's really, really well done. So, yeah. Kylo Ren versus Darth Maul. Well, seeing how Darth Maul is dead, I'm pretty sure Kylo Ren would have easily won that match. Especially since, Obi-Wan Kenobi, killed his ass, like one swipe. He just went, boom, killed Darth Maul. He was dead. Ding dong. He's dead. I don't know what to tell you. I don't like doing the verses, man. Go watch Rule 2, where they do stupid ass versus matches. I hate verses. People are like, who will win? Wolverine or the Hulk? Who will win? Superman or Goku? Who will win? Macho Man, Randy Savage or Hulk Hogan? Well, I'll actually talk about that. That's wrestling. I don't like verses. No offense, Ronaldo. I don't like verses, man. I don't like doing who would win this and this and all this. It's just my buddy John. He gets into that all the time. I'm still here. I don't have Google Hangouts though. All right, well, as long as you're still here. I don't get into the whole versus thing. It's not my cup of tea. My buddy John does that all the time, and it drives me nuts. We'll be sitting there playing like Battlefront 2 or something, and we'll be chatting. He'll be like, hey, Rob, who do you think will win? Anakin in his prime or this, and this? I'm like, dude, I don't care. It's like, it's not going to happen. It's not legit. I don't care. I really don't care. So yeah. What time is it? We've been streaming for a while. It's been almost an hour. I got 2 super chats though. I made a whopping $4. Woo, yeah. I'm paying my rent next month. I'm actually starting to get a little hungry, to be honest with you. There's a novel where Vader and the Emperor are trapped in this cave with some creature, and the Emperor shows his true power, and he has Vader kill someone at the end of the trip. That Vader. Are you talking about the new canon novel? Because that sounds like Lords of the Sith. If you're talking about Lords of the Sith, that was a good novel, man. Good novel. It's canon. Basically, it's about Ryloth, the Twi'leks, right? If we're talking about the same one, it's called Lord of the Sith. It's about the Twi'leks on Ryloth, and Vader and the Emperor go there, and Vader does something, and then the Emperor basically makes Vader kill all these these like little girl and stuff, and it's really bad because Vader at this time is still struggling with himself. He's and in the book it's about, you guys know who Hera Zandula is from Star Wars Rebels. It's her father. It's about her father in this book, and it's really twisted because Vader is really fighting with the emotion of being the dark side and whatnot. Because Vader, it ain't like at the end of Revenge of the Sith he's full on Vader. He's still fighting with himself on the good and the bad, and Palpatine really senses this pull in him, and he makes Vader murder these people, and he's like, well, you're the one that has to do it because, well, you're the one that showed your force powers in front of them, and now you have to kill all these people. It's really sad. It's really hard. It's a sad ending, but it's a really good novel. Lords of the Sith is a good novel. I managed to pick up the hardcover at a used bookstore online, and it's really hard to find that book in a hardcover right now, and it's kind of an expensive book now, but it's such a good novel. If you guys ever get a chance to read Lords of the Sith, it's a really good novel. Another one, if you are a fan, Comic Chat, if you're a fan, Shatterpoint isn't a canon novel. Shatterpoint is not a canon novel, but if you ever get a chance, read Dark Disciple. Okay, it's canon novel. It takes place shortly after the Clone Wars, or in the middle. No, it takes place around the same time as in the middle of the Clone Wars. Dark Disciple. It's about Asajj Ventress. It's about her and what's the guy's name? Oh my God, the one Jedi with the yellow marker on his name or face. What the hell was his name? Oh my God, he looks like an Indian. He's got a yellow stripe over his nose. I don't remember his name off the top of my head. Oh my God, I gotta revoke my Star Wars code. What was it? I'm waiting for someone to put it in the comments. I have it to my tongue. I want to say it. Voss, right? It was I didn't Voss. Something Voss. Quinlan Voss. Thank you, Kylo Ren. I love you, sweet and sour chicken ass. Quinlan Voss. So Dark Disciple is about Quinlan Voss and Asajj Ventress. So basically what happens in the beginning of this book, and I'm not going to spoil the book, but I definitely recommend you guys pick it up and read it. So basically what happens in the beginning of the book is there's this giant accident that happens, and all these people die. So the Jedi Order, basically was like, look, enough is enough. We need to kill Dooku. And Yoda's like, look, we don't kill. Jedis don't kill. And they're like, look, we lost too many people. If we don't kill Dooku, more people are going to continue to die. So they vote, and Yoda gets outvoted, and they decide to kill Dooku. So they're like, well, who's going to do it? Who's going to assassinate Dooku? So they ask Quinlan Voss, because Quinlan Voss kind of, he'll do stuff that people don't normally want to do. So they pair Quinlan Voss with Asajj Ventress, and he goes in undercover with Asajj Ventress, tries to get romantically involved with her and get her to teach him the dark side so he can tap into the dark side to kill and assassinate Dooku. And it is such a good novel. It has twists. It has turns. If you're a fan of Sith and Sith culture, you would want to read Dark Disciple. It is a fascinating novel. You learn more about Asajj Ventress' character that, for me, makes her one of my favorites. I think you would enjoy it. Quinlan Voss, him, going to the dark side and what that does to somebody, and it's so well done. I definitely recommend you guys read Dark Disciple if you haven't already read it. It's really, really good. I definitely think you should pick it up for a read. Another Sith book I'm trying to think of that is really good. There hasn't been a lot of Sith books besides Lord of the Sith. There's been a lot of books on the Rebellion and the Partisans and Saul Guerrero's group and stuff like that. I definitely recommend. Like, Inferno Squad is another one. It's just, I love that fucking novel. It's a Battlefront 2 novel, but it's called Inferno Squad by Christy Golden. Just phenomenal. It's in my top 5 favorite Star Wars novels that are canon. Just a great, great book. There's not too much out there right now with the Sith, unfortunately. I personally think that they're waiting. Sorry. I'm actually going to get ready to wrap this up here in a second anyway. But I actually think that they're waiting for the episode 9 to end, and then we'll start getting more and more backstories on these novels. We'll probably find out a little bit about Snoke in episode 9, but I think we're going to get a lot more of that in the novel. I know they have a Knights of Ren comic book coming out. I think it's going to be really, in depth with the Knights of Ren and stuff. But yeah, just, it is what it is. So I think I'm going to end the night, guys. So I appreciate the topic. I didn't know this was going to be going to a Star Wars stream, but I really enjoyed it. I love talking Star Wars with you guys. I like talking games. I like talking movies and stuff like that. I'm gonna go ahead and finish editing my Joker video for tomorrow. That's probably only gonna get like 1,000 views, which sucks. But hey, I love each and every one of you guys. You guys are awesome. And thank you so much, Comic Chat, for the super chat. Thank you for that support. I appreciate it so very, very much. Like I said, that super chat is really the bread and butter to the channel, and it just means a lot to me when you guys go ahead and support the channel through that means. Thank you so much, guys. If you want to message me, Comic Chat, and we can, do Star Wars recommendations, I'll be down with that. But until next time, guys, as always, I'm Robert Storms. That's my opinion.